This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Stevenson Klotz and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. On this episode of Biker Dad, fighting a puzzling disease. Bikers roll out for autism awareness, including one biker uncle's decades of dedication. Plus, women on too.
I just wanted to send you a little bit of what our female riders do in this area.
Shimoto takes over the roads. Then we take a road trip down the Lost Highway, where a country music family tradition got its start. Then squirrel, the riding rodent that is taking over TikTok and has Twitter going nuts. Autism is still a very puzzling disease, and April is Autism Awareness Month, and it just so happens April is also the name of a special young woman who every year hundreds of bikers gather to honor her and help kids in the Florida Panhandle who are dealing with autism.
We want everybody to know who she is. April McCall. April, love you. There we go. That's my girl. You know, Stevie loves you.
I'm Tina Bernier. April is mine and my husband Jeff's daughter. She was diagnosed when she was 2. We have been dealing with this since she was 2. We've seen a lot of changes in awareness in autism since then. When she was diagnosed, most of our family, none of our family really even knew what that word was, and we've learned as the years have gone on what it meant and the different characteristics that go along with autism, and that's what started the ride because of the lack of resources, especially back 17 years ago.
April is my niece. She'll be 22 April 15th of this year. She has been diagnosed with autism at a young age. She's kind of a low functioning. She doesn't speak, but she does do some sign language. But that's part of it. There's a wide spectrum of autism that people are on. But we're blessed that she's where she's at on this spectrum the way she is.
With an autistic child, you learn their routine and you go with their flow. So there's days that go normal and they're fairly easy, but there's days that are hard. It's just the grace of God and His comfort and peace that helps us function every day. Take it day by day.
5 years old shortly after they found out she had autism. I've been in the biking community for quite a few years, and I said, why don't we start a ride to help raise money to help, parents with this situation, because the insurance don't cover a lot of it. It makes it hard on not just the mom and dad with an autistic child, but the uncles and aunts and cousins and grandparents and all, and the neighbors. A lot of the neighbors where April lives, they all know her thing with autism, and so they all try to keep an eye out for her, just in case, because they are our hearts and we are their voice. So we have to kind of help, make sure that they got everything they need and things that they could use to help better teach them to do things on their own.
The community needs to know that when a parent has an autistic child, their life has totally changed. When most parents are getting ready to plan for their kid to go to college, an autistic parent is working on getting guardianship that costs money. You have to, like adopt your child again. Yeah, to be able to get their handle their business because they don't have they're not able to take care of consent for treatment and that kind of thing. Kids, even though they may be nonverbal, they still understand, they still have feelings, and they still need to be protected but also be included, not to be secluded from everything, because they enjoy doing things. We go to church every Sunday with April, and she enjoys that. So there's a lot of things you may think that they don't understand or they're not getting, they get.
If you got somebody with autism in your family or in the community, you can support some type of fundraiser, step out and do it, because it takes a toll on all the family. And you know, it's just, some kids 24/7 care, and it's just part of it. And it all goes to a great cause.
All right, April's ride has been going on for 17 years. I've been honored enough to be here for about the past 5 years, and we'll be back again next year to check in with April and her family and the effort that bikers are making to help raise awareness about autism.
This is Biker Dad.
What's going on, Biker Dad? April Violet here, Miss Heels on Wheels over here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I just wanted to send you a little bit of what our female riders do in this area. They're rolling in now. We started at Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson. It's called the She Rides Moto Ride. We're all out here sporting them. These are where ladies come from all over the country. They ride in, they get hotels, then we all meet out here at Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson. We're up here doing it. Barzalaw is out here supporting these ladies. I mean, come on, we gotta show some love to the ladies. I rode in it. This was my first day back on my bike after a year of having it in storage. So, you know what, Chris, I'm gonna say, what are y'all lady riders doing over there? All right, Biker Dad, get your stuff together. Get them ladies out there.
This week's Tech Tip is brought to you by Mobile Bay Harley Davidson. One of the things we talk about a lot in the weekly Tech Tips is helmets, because they're what keeps your brain inside your head in case you have a motorcycle accident. Hopefully you won't be in one, but you need a good helmet. And one of the things that's getting really popular, already is, but it keeps growing in popularity, is a Bluetooth helmet. And Valerie with Harley Davidson's here to talk about this specific one. I'll hand it over to you. And
we actually just got this one in today. It's a great color. We've never had the gray before. It's silver metallic is what this one is called. And we also have these here in flat black and gloss black. It's a really great helmet. It's modular, so you can open and close the helmet. Also, we've got the drop-down sunglasses. So you see there, this is customizable, so if you want to ride with or without. Nice feature. And the favorite part of this one would be the Bluetooth. So when you're riding with your friends and you want to be able to communicate, this makes it really easy to keep in touch. You want to make a stop coming up soon, you can let your buddies know what your plans are. So it's a great looking helmet.
So this is a Torque helmet?
Torque, that's right.
One of the things that really stuck out to me is because I have a Sena Bluetooth, and so does DJ. This is really sleek right here. It's not a big box hanging off the side of your helmet, and it's built in so you don't have to install it.
That's right. It comes already ready to ride.
And the other thing you can do with the Bluetooth helmet is listen to your music as well as talk to the people you're riding with. You can even take a phone call on this, right?
You can, yes you can.
Little button right there to answer the phone. If you can ride and not be too distracted, these sound spectacular actually when you're talking. The photographer DJ calls me when he's on his bike all the time, and half the time I can't even tell he's on his bike, so it really comes in handy that way.
Yeah.
And I just went on a long trip with some friends to the Tail of the Dragon and being able to talk to each other.
Nice.
Hey, I'm having a problem with the bike, or I need to pee, or I am running out of gas. Usually you ride up really fast next to the person
hand
and point at the tank or point to pee, and this just lets you go, hey bro, I need to pee, let's pull over.
Right, so convenient.
All right, anything else we need to know about the helmet?
Come check them out for yourself. We got a couple colors in stock. They go fast. One of our best sellers, so come see it if you're interested.
And you all help people find the right fit for the
Definitely,
helmet.
we are going to fit you, make sure it's comfortable, and that you're going to enjoy your ride.
And if you want to learn more about fit from a helmet, watch our previous tech tip on the Biker Dad YouTube channel on helmets, the 4 things that you need to know before you buy a helmet. So check that out on the YouTube channel and subscribe while you're there. Thank you, Valerie, very much. Great job.
Thanks.
There's a little place in downtown Mobile on the corner of Fat and Happy, and it's one of my favorites. Bob's Downtown Diner isn't just a great place to eat and home of the best French toast you'll ever eat. It's one of the best things you'll ever put in your mouth. It's also an important part of the community and not just the biker community.
I'm grateful, I'm grateful for the bikers that I meet from all over the country.
Bob's is a hot spot for bikers and very biker friendly, but it's also family friendly. I like to bring my kids here Sunday after church for brunch. Please visit my friend Tony Sawyer at Bob's Downtown Diner and check them out on the corner of fatandhappy.com.
If you love your bike but hate swamp ass, Breezy Rider is for you. For 27 years, I've been designing medical seating to protect the skin of people confined to wheelchairs. Now, after so many friends asking for help with their motorcycle seats, I've designed Breezy Rider. Breezy Rider actually enhances the look of your bike with its custom fit design, while the patented Still Air foam reduces vibrations that cause fatigue and pain, and you can actually feel air flowing underneath you, keeping you cool and dry.
Hey, I'm Dr. Glenn Glass of Glass Orthodontics. At Orthodontics, we're not really treating a disease. This is about aesthetics, this is about feel good. You boil it all down, this is about self-esteem. So we try to make it fun, and we just try to make it a great experience for everybody. I need you to move back just a little bit. And I need you to come forward and a little bit to the right. That's it, perfect. If you want the straightest choppers in the Southeast, you come on down, this is where you get them.
Your home for Lex and Terry in the morning rocks your workday with Pretty Reckless.
On my tombstone when I go, just put death by rock and roll.
Foo Fighters.
Everything could ever be this way forever.
And Linkin Park.
I can't dance the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored.
Available on over 2,000 smart devices. The Gulf Coast Rock Station, TK101. Biker Dad.
On the road in Alabama, and I finally decided to stop at a place I've been trying to stop at for years. Just off of I-65 in a tiny little town is this Hank Williams boyhood home. According to the historical marker here, back then in 1931 when the family moved to this house in Georgiana, Alabama, Hank was 7 years old, and he was still going by his birth name, Hiram. He lived here from the time he was 7 to 11, and this house right here in Wilcox County, Alabama, is where his mother bought Hank Williams his very first guitar for $3.50. This is also where Black street musician Rufus T-Tot Payne became his teacher. Hank Williams practiced guitar under the raised cottage house and sang on the streets for tips. His family moved to Greenville when he was 11, that was in 1934, and then to Montgomery, where he is most known for here in Alabama, in 1937. That's where he also decided to start calling himself Hank instead of Hiram, and there's also another Hank Williams museum up there in Montgomery too, which we're going to be driving through here in just a few minutes.
Here's the Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Bike of the Week.
Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Bike of the Week.
If you've been watching the Bike of the Week segments for the past, 8-9 months we've been doing this show, you'll know one thing that I have a passion for, and that is street bobs. So we're calling this one Purple Passion. Yeah. All right, what year is the street bob?
So it's a 21 street bob that we had custom painted, purple. The painter's a local guy. He's done a lot of work for us here at the shop. This is one of my favorite colors that we've done on a street bob because it's Mobile, right? Our colors are purple. So love this paint, love this bike. It is pre-owned. It has less than 1,000 miles on it.
Less than 1,000 miles?
Less than 1,000 miles, 979.
I put more miles on my bike in one day this week than that. That's crazy. So obviously, I love the Street Bobs. I've never seen a purple one before. It still has the mid controls, which I think is a good idea. I think anybody who puts forward controls on a Street Bob isn't riding it the right way. Put some highway bars if you want to put your feet up.
I'm 6'6", and I like mid controls as well.
And this Street Bob is, and they've been doing this for a couple of years. It's got the soft tail rear end instead of the Springer forks. You have one single spring under the seat, right?
Yep. So it is the monoshock that Harley's been using for a couple of years now, compared to the old Dyna model. Another really cool thing about this bike is it does have a Stage 1 on it. It's got Cobra slip-ons, your heavy breather, and a Screaming Eagle tuner on here. So it sounds great, looks great. Awesome motorcycle.
Yeah, I have the Screaming Eagle air intake on my bike and the Stage 1 with the fuel pack. So yeah, that really brings a little bit more pep to a bike that's already peppy. And this has got just the 103 or 114?
107.
107 on this bike. 107 cubic inch engine on basically a heavy bicycle. So these things scoot and they're incredibly fun to ride. And believe it or not, you can ride one of these across the country. I've done it on my Street Bob.
I've done it.
These are even more comfortable than the old Street Bob I had. All right, let's execute that passion, jump on this purple thing and roll out.
This is Biker Dad.
I rescued him when he was a baby, like a few days old. My friend found him in the backyard and they asked me to help him. And after that, we tried to release him 4 times. He just don't want to go. So the story about motorcycle, like when I first, before I come here to the US, we have kind of different idea about biker. And I work with some biker. I didn't know they bikers. I worked with them. And one day they were telling me about they doing some ride to help people and stuff. I told him, what do you mean? He said, that's what riders do. Do stuff for charity and helping people. I'm okay, because all what I know about biker is fighting, gang or stuff. So that's how I start knowing about biker. And then when I start with the square, somebody brought him a little bike, so I have to make him a vest for the bike.
How old is he now?
3.5 years.
How long do squirrels live generally?
If they eat healthy, stay inside, they might live up to 20 years.
I pity the fool that don't watch Biker Dad TV. Urgh.
This is my prized possession, my pride and joy, my Dyna Harley Davidson. We call it Elvis. And when Elvis's paint was starting to fade and show its age, I trusted my friend Garrett at Black Sprocket Garage to give him a whole new look. And he knocked it out of the park. He can do the same thing for you, and he does it affordably. So if you want to get a one-of-a-kind custom paint job but don't want to pay one-of-a-kind prices, hit up Garrett at Black Sprocket Garage, and you better do it before we make him famous, and you can still afford him. Phone number, website, everything's right there on the screen.
Mobile Bay Harley Davidson is the king of motorcycle credit. Good credit, bad credit, we'll get you riding. With over 150 new and used motorcycles available, we have a motorcycle for you and your budget. New Harley Davidson motorcycles starting as low as $119 a month. The professional team in Motor Clothes is also here to help make sure that you're geared up for the riding season from head to toe. Come on down to Mobile Bay Harley Davidson on the corner of Pleasant Valley Road and Cottage Hill and see the king of motorcycle credit.
This is not your typical taco. PS Taco on Cottage Hill in West Mobile loads them with fresh ingredients, and they make everything, and I mean everything, right here in the restaurant. Chef Danny and her staff create the season, the sauce, and everything in between.
We're gourmet upscale tacos where everything is made here in the kitchen, so it's the flavors.
PS Taco on Cottage Hill Road in West Mobile. Definitely worth a ride to eat. Go check them out. I'd like to introduce to you Martha Harris, owner of Eagles Talon Motorcycles in Pensacola, and one of the most patriotic people you'll ever meet.
I'm a patriot through and through. I will not let you disrespect my flag.
Martha is a veteran and one of the biggest supporters of our biker community.
I absolutely love the motorcycle community and the riders, and they make this all worth my while.
So please stop by and visit Eagles Talon for your leather, patches, apparel, and a whole lot more. Eagles Talon on Copter Road in Pensacola, one of my favorite places in the world.
Biker Dad.
Never know what you're going to run into on the road. I'm here at the Redneck Riviera, better known as Floribama, on the Florida-Alabama state line. Yes, it's the Redneck Riviera, and there are 30,000 people here to see a thing called the mullet toss. Yeah, there's a lot of rednecks, but it's not that kind of mullet.
Go ahead and throw that fish, man. Toss, it roll, go get the fish. Jethro, come on up.
I think it's just funny. Like, I don't know, it's the most southern thing I've heard of. Throwing fish on the beach. I think it's awesome, it's fun. I would do it, but I'd probably like drop the fish behind me, so. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch my friends do it.
Throw that mullet. Good toss, go get that fish.
My name is Mitchell Garan. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We have a condo down here, and I came down here when I was in college, and we heard about mullet toss, but it was always the week before finals, and so we never could come, but when I graduated, I started coming every year.
Hey, I'm Jennifer Parnell, Marketing Director at Floribama. So this is the 37th annual mullet toss. So one of our owners, Joe Gilchrist, came up with this idea after he'd seen something similar out west, but they were tossing other things. So he needed some business to drum up in the area in the shoulder season, and he thought, well, mullet are indigenous to the area. He went and grabbed a cooler, some friends, some ice cold beer, and some mullet, and they took it out to the beach, threw some fish, and each year it grew and grew. Tossing a mullet is awesome. You have to do it. You can't come to Floribama mullet toss and not do it. So it's a little bit sticky, a little bit slimy, but it feels good when you're done.
I wouldn't say I'm a pro on throwing mullets, but I've had a few fish in my hand, and just the way it works, I kind of understand. I would say grab it and try and get it like a softball, ball up in your hand, and try and let it rip like a football. It's pretty wet. I mean, it's pretty wet and slimy. Got scales going all over the place. And I grabbed one that hadn't been used yet, and I was able to grab him and snap him, and I felt pretty good about it once I snapped him.
The mullet toss actually is a fundraiser. So when you go out to the beach and toss a fish, it's $15. You get a t-shirt, and 100% of that money goes back to local charities. So we support the Boys and Girls Club of Escambia County and Baldwin County and the Drug and Alcohol Council. It's the best time ever. I think everyone wants to come let loose, enjoy the beautiful weather, the beautiful beaches, live music. It's the perfect excuse to go break free for the weekend and have fun. Well, anything that you need to know, you can always go to floribama.com to research. We have all kinds of fun videos and articles so you can get a little bit of a snapshot of the bar itself. But like I said, it's ultimate no judgment zone, and it's just a fun place to come and hang out.
This is Biker Dad.
Hey, it's Chris Best, the Biker Dad. How would you like to hang out with me for the day and win $1,000 worth of free Harley gear? Yes, $1,000 worth of free Harley gear. It's easy. Just pick up your phone right now. Text Biker Dad to 57780. That's Biker Dad to 57780, and you're going to be entered for a chance to win a $1,000 shopping spree with me here at Mobile Bay Harley Davidson in Mobile, Alabama. Again, text Biker Dad to 57780. Complete rules are on mobilebayharley.com.
I have the ability to help those who can't help themselves, and we can really change people's lives through what we do.
My daughter and I were hit from behind by a vehicle that was traveling about 70, 80 miles an hour, and the rest of the traffic was stopped. The interaction with the team here at Stevenson and Klotz was fantastic. They were very caring. They were very concerned about us. My favorite thing was just getting to know them as people. Their care, their concern, their focus on our total well-being. We could not have asked for anything else. It was just phenomenal. I would recommend them to anyone and everyone.
We are going to be that law firm that gets to know you. And if we do a good job of telling the story for our client, then everybody's going to be better off. You know, when you're in a band, it is like being in a family. We do everything we can to try to fine-tune our practice just like we would our band. It's critical to whatever degree is humanly possible to live that story for the client, and that law firm is going to be us.
This is Biker Dad.
Our Back on Two stories are brought to you by Stevenson Klotz and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
What up, everybody? I'm DJ Steen, Easy Riders Alabama, also pretty famous radio and club DJ. About 2 years ago, me and my wife went to Dallas, Texas with a motorcycle run that we had to do, a mandatory motorcycle run for my club. And while we were out there, we got hit in a motorcycle accident. A drunk driver ran across 2 lanes, clipped us in the back, threw my wife off the motorcycle. I went down with the bike, and it was just horrific. I went to the hospital. I heard all the personal injury lawyers saying, hey, you need to go to the hospital. If you're ever in a motorcycle accident, or any kind of accident, go to the hospital, go to the hospital, go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. Hey, I was just hit by a drunk driver. I went to the hospital. Bad thing about it, I didn't have uninsured motorists. Drunk driver did not have insurance. He went to jail, and I got stuck with $30,000 in hospital bills. It's horrible, and it still haunts me to this day. Every day I get on the bike, I'm still nervous. My hand still shakes somewhat because I was hit out of nowhere. Why did I get back on too? It's the calmness. I live on the coast, so it's being able to ride by the beach, wind in your face, the sea breeze, the smell of the open air, soothing, it's relaxing. I decided that I was not going to let a motorcycle wreck, I was not going to let underinsured motorists, drunk drivers, or anything else in this world stop me from getting back on two.
Hey, if you see us wearing this stuff here on the Biker Dad TV show and you think, oh, that's cool, I'd kind of like some of that, well, you can get it. Just go to tvbikerdad.com and click on the shop at the top of the page. It's tvbikerdad.com.